What is going on, guys? Caspa going down under 9 cents. Bitcoin is absolutely crashing. Fear and greed is at lows that we have never seen before. What is going on? Why is it crashing? And did we ruin the bull market for Caspa? In this video, we're going to go over all of these points. We're going to highlight what is going on in the macroeconomic environment and what do we have to look forward to with Caspa, guys. I'm going to give my price predictions and my analysis of what I think is going to happen in the short term. We can all agree that Caspa has not performed as we would expect, but does that change my overall outlook on Caspa, and am I still bullish, guys? We're going to get into all of that in this video and more. I love you all. This is never financial advice. Coming over here to Caspa, guys, it says Caspa is the fastest open source, decentralized, fully scalable layer 1 in the world. The world's first blockDAG, a digital ledger enabling parallel blocks and instant transaction confirmation. Why does nobody care about that? Why does only the Caspa maxis and myself think that this is the best thing? Shouldn't it be valued somewhere $5-10 a piece, something like a 30 or 40 billion dollar market cap? Well, yeah, I think it absolutely should. But why is the markets crashing, and why doesn't anyone care? If we come over here, we can see this from the White House. President imposes tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. This is from a couple weeks ago, but this is all going into effect. If we go back, you can see that there is actually some more articles coming out. Now there is 25 tariffs on the EU, but it's not just about these tariffs. We got to look broader. We can see, if we come over here to Market Watch, what is coming up with the economic reports this week. And we can see that on Tuesday, we had the consumer confidence come in, okay, and the actual was at 98.3. The forecast was at 102.3, and previously it was at 105.3, so you can see that went down. If we come over to what happened on yesterday, we can see the previous new home sales was at 734. Now, it was expected to be at 671,000, and it came in at 657,000. So what is that telling us? Right now in the United States, we are at a shortage of homes, yet they are not making the sales that people had expected. That means that people cannot afford to buy a home. It is going to become a nation of renters. That's the reason why I never want to let go of my 3% mortgage. I rent it out or anything, but I'm never going to absolutely get rid of it. But what do we have coming today? This is going to be very, very important. Right around the time you're watching this video, this data will be coming out. So you'll be able to correlate the price with what is happening. We can see that when we look at the jobless claims, this is unemployment. It was 219,000 last report. It's expected to be 225,000. So what is going to happen? We can see we also have GDP. This is how much money the country is making going on. We have pending home sales. So how many people are trying to sell a house versus how many people have actually going to buy a brand new house. This is a lot of important stuff. And then on Friday, we have passive income, personal spending. This is very, very important. We also have core PCE index. And guys, this is all going to tell us a lot when we look at retail inventories. When we look at personal income, this is telling us how much money people have to spend. And at the end of the day, even though I believe Caspa is a currency and that there's a lot of use cases when it comes to cryptocurrency, that is typically spent with extra money after you paid the mortgage, after you bought food for your family, after you maybe put some investments into your retirement account, your 401k, or your Roth IRA. But it is not all bearish, and I will tell you why. If you have the forward look on things, everything will be okay, guys. This is Crypto Matt over here. He's a Caspa guy over on X. I just want to say we've got a full Caspa AMA, a space I'll be hosting over on X, guys. We're trying to have Caspa Silver, Crypto Matt, Caspa Guru, my guy Brian. We're trying to have lots of good people, guys. We're going to be announcing it within a week, and it'll be coming out in a couple of weeks, so I really hope to see everyone there. But what do we have that are huge catalysts coming up for Caspa, targeting 10 blocks per second, which we will get into a little later in the video. We're going to give you a date of when 10 blocks per second are coming. Smart contracts in development, guys, coming mid-25. Exchange listings, we know we're all waiting on Binance. We're all waiting on Coinbase, the Rust rewrite, layer 2 solutions. But we've got so much more already coming. And when you take a look at what is available in the market right now for layer ones, guys, you know, Ethereum has been struggling. It's too expensive. BNB, that's like if your dad was the coach and you're the quarterback. Solana has been getting shellacked lately. Cardano is old. Tron is expensive. Litecoin's a derivative. Avalanche. Sui's good, but it's proof of stake. So when you're going through here, the only unique thing that is proof of work is Caspa, and it's only sitting at a $2.2 billion market cap, but we could see what has been causing the price to go down. The granddaddy of them all. We can see there's been a lot of downside action right here on BTC. If we just look at the last 3 days, we have lost 15% on an asset that is over $2 trillion in market cap. That is over $350 billion liquidated out of the markets. But one thing that is interesting to me, if we look, this is 3 daily candles. If we come over to Caspa and we also look at the daily time frame, we could see over the last 3 days, it is not bad as it seems, guys. It is down 10%, which is less than Bitcoin, because whenever we had less favorable news, but Bitcoin wasn't moving as far down in this time frame right here, you could see alts got completely shellacked. When Bitcoin was staying pretty stagnant, it went down almost 40%. So does that tell us that the worst downside for Caspa is over when we're sitting here looking at 9% on the last couple of days of an asset that is only $2 billion, whereas we go to $2 trillion in market cap, it's down 15%. And I want to evaluate this chart a little bit more and tell you the price levels that I will be looking at. But before I get into that, it's not all bad news, okay? We are getting dragged down as the Caspa community for the large macro environment. What's going on fiscally around the entire world, not just in one country, not just in one sector. Everyone is worried about potential recessions. Everyone is worried about bad, hard fiscal time. So I want to get into what are some bullish things coming up for Caspa. And we can see right here, guys, KRC20 just launched recently. Guys, you know I am bullish on a lot of these. Nacho Kango, my favorite one that has been a partner of Freeman of Finance and Crypto in the past. Croak right here, guys. We've got NFTs, and I believe this is going to branch into real world assets, actual utility being built on Caspa, guys. You can see right here, this is the most popular NFT collection. It's a derivative of the old school CryptoPunks. This is Caspunks. Look at this. The cheapest one is over $400. But when we look at the data with Caspa, it is unmatched, guys. Currently sitting at 1 block per second, but that is about to change very soon. Very soon. We're going to get into that in just a minute. 1.32 exahash, guys. Just look back 6 months ago at the videos I was making. We were at 700 petahashes. We are so looking forward to the day of 1 exahash. So why everyone is scared, why Caspa's price is going down, people are still investing in mining equipment. People are still working to secure the network because the smart money, the big money, has the further outlook that Caspa is going to be a great investment. And when you compare it to something like Bitcoin, Caspa is already almost 90% a mine. But what do we have going on, and when is it gonna come? Guys, look, we're currently at 1 block per second. 10 blocks per second is currently being done on Dev Testnet by Coder of Stuff. This is a very large platform. This guy does a lot of stuff on YouTube and X, guys. You can see this is Michael Sutton posting this right here, and my guy Caspa Silver, who said he will be joining us for the Caspa AMA. So what's the ETA for testnet 10 to become the best version of Caspa? And they said Monday or Tuesday of next week. I'll put the calendar right here, guys, but I absolutely love that. I can't wait for this to happen. This is very, very big things. And what does that look like? That's more and more transactions that are going to go through. This is real world utility can be built on Caspa. Guys, right now there is not real world utility built on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I'm a big fan. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to modern fiscal times for money, guys. It's the best form of money that there has ever been until Caspa came along, and I believe that Bitcoin will always be the gold. But the fact that Caspa is going to be able to be used for everyday transactions, it will be able to be integrated into businesses. When we're looking at all of these, guys, I do not think it's going to be long until Caspa is sitting right up here above BNB. I think it's going to pass Solana. I made a joke on Twitter the other day saying, hey, I always thought that Caspa was going to pass Solana, but I didn't think it was going to pass it with Solana just going down and Caspa not going up, guys. But the markets will find true technology. The degen season, as much as I love meme coins, will be over soon, and people will find real technology. But be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. The great Warren Buffett said that, and you can see the yearly low on fear and greed right here was 26. We are now 20. We are in extreme fear, guys. I cannot stress this enough. This is never financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy. We could go lower, but I'm so passionate about this. Every time you've been low, every time, look what has happened. Imagine if I was to buy right here when it was a fear and greed of, let's just say 31. Okay, so what? I lost a little bit of money a couple weeks later when it went down to 26, but fast forward a month, I was way in the green, guys. We will look back at this time when this whole chart has shifted over a little bit and this keeps going up. We're at 20 now. What's it going to go to negative 100? I do not think so. When we take a look at everything, when we look at all the indicators, if we just come over here and look at RSI, we can see where we are. We are 33 on RSI right now. So we can draw a line right here and say that the lowest that we have seen Caspa get to is this level right here of about 25. We could see it hit it back in May of 23, and then it hit it there recently. So how much downside could we potentially go? Absolute worst case scenario. We obviously have a couple levels to look at. You all know that I dropped $7,500 on 100,000 Caspa back here at this price right here. But what's the lowest we could go? We could have a couple things go. We could come down here, we could come here, we could touch it, then we could go. But of course, it's all going to matter on what Bitcoin does, on what BTC does. And the levels that I'm watching for Bitcoin is this level right here. And it lines up with this high that we had back in March of 2024. And on this that we had right here in October of 2024. And that is right around $75,000. So if we were to have another dip of about 10 or 12%, for BTC, we know that, as we talked earlier, that Caspa did not drop as much percentage-wise as a Bitcoin did. So it could just go down a little bit more and touch that line again, which would be about 12%. But what I personally would like to see, guys, and I know a lot of people that hate seeing the price go down do not want to see it, but what I will be guarding very, very closely is this level right here. If we draw a line right here, we could see that it is currently at about 0.053. I know a lot of people and their mommies will have orders right here at 5 cents. What I'm personally not doing is waiting for that 5-cent level. If it comes, I will be buying, but I'm not going to get greedy when we're talking about tenths of a cent, guys, for life-changing opportunities for me to buy Caspa. I'm going to load up so extremely heavy, guys, relative to me. This is all relative, right? But I would like to try to buy a very lot of Caspa, at least 250,000 more Caspa, guys. If I could get to 1 million Caspa, I would be so extremely happy. But when I look at this right there looks like it will be a support. So even right there is a little too much for me. I think I would move up a little bit and say, hey, look, 6 cents, I'm completely happy with. If it goes from 6 cents down to 5 cents. That's another 16% decline. I can do that. 10,000, losing $1,600 temporarily. I'm completely fine with that. I can buy more, but what I do not want to risk is us hitting here and 2 days later being above 10 cents, guys. But I know it is very hard times in the market. I know we all expected us to be at 50 cents, $1 on Caspa right now, but we have things outside of Caspa's control. But all we can ask ourselves, has anything changed about the project? And the answer is no. It is the same project, but better fundamentals and further along in the roadmap. The same reason we fell in love with Caspa, they are achieving it. But let me know, how low do you think Caspa is going to go before we get rebound? Watch this video up above, and if you're not a part of the Freeman of Finance family, what are we doing? Subscribe. I love you all.